What is up, my lovely people in Blue Cranium land? I know I've kind of disappeared for a little bit, and the reason behind that is I decided to do an Inktober this year, and not for this channel, but for my other channel. And I made the stupid decision of committing to 31 days. And when you have two channels, that's not a very good idea because now you gotta concentrate on putting on content on one channel that's a little bit more. And then you also got to do justice to your followers and viewers on your other channel. Well, I'm sure you're probably guessing why the hell would I do something stupid like that? Well, I make stupid decisions every now and then, and would be one of them. So the actual purpose of making this video was to, keep to the theme of those videos that I had uploaded, I think it's almost a year now, where I started off the playlist with drawing a spray can. And then I think it was, trying to remember, I think a Walkman, a paintbrush, and a pencil. But anyway, the theme of those videos was to take regular everyday objects that we see and then kind of add my skeleton or skull kind of theme to those objects, just to do it as a fun project to get people thinking of these objects in different ways as opposed to their regular use. So for this illustration, the plan was to just keep it simple and just draw out the headphones with the skull kind of merged into them. But I stopped it halfway and then thought about it, and I was like, this video kind of would be a little bit too boring. So what I did was I did half of the illustration, as you can see over here in Procreate, and then for the other half of the video, I exported the raw, not the raw, but the somewhat of a rough version into Adobe Fresco and then finished it off over there. The best part that I like about Procreate definitely is the ability to draw digitally as if you had like your own very own sketchbook, because I mean everything about this app or this app is very self-intuitive, and I like the fact that you don't have to really think too much and tap a whole lot on the screen to get what you're doing. So I think this is my favorite app in the aspect of just scribbling and drawing, and then making the decision to convert it to a vector format is I think it pretty much is a decision based on what you're actually going to be using the final art piece for. For this one now, what I did was when I was drawing the headphones, I kind of drew out the regular headphone or the area that would actually kind of go around your ear. And then I was trying to think, I was like, how would I incorporate the skull into that? So then after looking at a few pics on Pinterest and just drawing and redrawing and doing things throughout the day, I was like, maybe I could turn this into something that is what do you call it? A skull that was part of the actual earpiece, and almost like say if you were looking at the actual headphones and you were looking at that little round sponge casing where your ear would actually go, there would actually be the skull kind of looking out of that. So it kind of be like almost like a Grim Reaper kind of look. Procreate is definitely a cool app if you're first getting started out with digital art, because as I said, it's just kind of like drawing in a digital version of a drawing book. And I mean, I've looked at other apps available in the the Apple Store, and there was a suggestion made by another not YouTuber, but an Instagram artist called Nick Devine, and he told me about this app called Art Studio Pro. So I kind of downloaded it and I was playing around with it. But I think after playing around with it a little bit, kind of defaulted back to Procreate because I know what everything is and how it's situated. So here we are in Adobe Fresco now, and kind of brought the file over inside. And wanted to keep it on a small little canvas so that way it doesn't get too overpowering, because I noticed that if the canvas size is a little bit too big and you're trying to do your vector drawing, the tablet kind of gets a little bit hesitant, as in it kind of, I don't know if maybe it's just my tablet or if anybody else out there has noticed this, but it seems to get a little laggy. And I don't think it's because of the smoothing turned up or down, but I've kept the smoothing to, I think, about 30 or 40, maybe less. And I've noticed that after you make a smaller version of the actual canvas, it tends to work a lot better. I think the biggest pro tip about designing and drawing in Adobe Fresco is definitely the vector art drawing. And that is something that I know for a little while now, that drawing anything in vector has the biggest what do you call it, pro tip, or not pro tip, but the biggest advantage, that you can actually scale that art down to any size without losing any resolution. So I think that's one of the reasons why I chose to do this illustration, or finished illustration, off in Adobe Fresco, because if I decided to turn this into a sticker or maybe a graphic for a t-shirt, I have it in a vector format, so then that way I could adjust the size accordingly to what I wanted to use it for. Like for me personally, I know Adobe Illustrator is kind of like the the software of choice for many people in not interior design, I'm sorry, as an illustrator or graphic designer. But I've tried Illustrator, and when you draw on Illustrator and you draw on this feels very natural, because it just feels like if you're taking a Sharpie marker and we're just drawing digitally. And the cool part I think about it is not seeing those pixels when you zoom in on an image. Everything looks crispy clean, or crispy clear, if that's a word. And I think that's what I like about it. But there are the pros and cons, obviously, of using vector art as opposed to raster art. And I think with Procreate, it's a cool drawing app, as I said. And it's cool if you're drawing, simple things, or if you want to draw things as, like if you're drawing landscapes and you want a lot of texture. I like that it has all these options for brushes, and then you can actually make your very own version of brushes, or even buy brushes from other artists. So that's kind of cool about it. But I know Adobe Fresco has the option when I think it comes to the raster brushes. And I think, what is it? There is an artist that works for Adobe. I think he goes by the name of Kyle. I don't know his last name, but he has a whole lot of brushes that he has made over the years, and I downloaded a few, but I've never actually used them. But it's nice to know that there are different options when it comes to brushes, and when you get to doing your illustrations. I think the rest of the illustrations that follow after this one is just going to go back to my usual thing of trying to create different objects into skulls and skeletons, at least for this playlist. And I think the best part about doing this playlist was just the fun part of just creating different objects and converting them into skulls and skeletons. I think when I decided to make the playlist, I kind of used my Notepad app to kind of write down what I would like to create. And if there's something you guys would like to see, have some ideas or comments on what I could possibly turn into a skull or a skeleton of some sort, by all means, leave a comment down below, because I always read all my comments and reply to them. So for all of you following out there, do any of you guys have YouTube channels, or do y'all just consume content and just look at stuff? just curious because when you think about YouTube, I mean, and how the platform works, I mean, it's definitely a challenge to get it up and going, because I mean, like, on days when I'm not recording, I'm always looking at these channels that claim to know exactly what is the secret sauce and what to do to succeed on YouTube. And, for all it's worth, I mean, yes, some of the content that you take in or listen to has some truth to it. And then honestly, I don't know if there's any secret sauce, but I think the most important thing is listening to what your followers and viewers are that are actually following you on the channel. I mean, yeah, you can possibly make a good title and make a good thumbnail, but if the content that you're making is not something your followers are inclined to watch, then I don't think no matter what you do, your channel will probably just stay as is. I think for me, my goal when I started YouTube or started this channel was to obviously share my art with the world, get some feedback, and then I tried to see what is it that I could do to provide value. I mean, yes, I mean sharing art is one thing, but if you can teach somebody that's out there that's a beginning artist on how to draw or the different skills that you might have that they might not have and that you could help them out with, I think that's definitely a big goal. And by no ways am I a teacher. So if my videos are not, what do I want to call it? Not teaching material. I mean, it's not like I'm intentionally, I don't plan to intentionally not make it where it's not teachable, or I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm losing my mind. But what I was trying to say is every title or every video idea that I think of, I always try to see how would it possibly help the viewer that's watching. Like now, for example, this video. I thought of doing the headphones in the form of a skull. Now, is it of any purpose making this video? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it is. But if it's for somebody that's just looking to have a fun time drawing and seeing how they can think of headphones in a whole different way as opposed to their usual use, then yeah, I think that would be a good idea. But yeah, I don't know. This whole month and the whole few months leading up to this have just been, I guess, very stressful in different aspects of like family life and things going on. So it's kind of hard to sometimes concentrate and get a video out there without all that additional jazz in your mind. So I mean, like I try not to, what do you call it? Spill the beans on any crap that's going on in my life on the channel, obviously, because, I'm here to, share my art with you guys and possibly teach y'all something in return. And, I guess time will tell if the channel becomes successful or if people follow along. And, for me, what I would consider success, I think it would be is if somebody comments and saying that, hey, I followed along in your video and drew something, or I learned something from your video, I learned something that I didn't know. I think that would be a success for me. Yes, getting monetized would definitely make it a whole lot worthwhile in the aspect of all the time that it takes to create these videos. I could possibly use that income that it generates to possibly upgrade my phone and maybe get a camera and, the usual stuff. I mean, like, I was not gonna go like and party it up and go to like a mall and just buy random dumb stuff that I don't need. But it was just to, get with the, what do you call it? Other people out there that are creators and like, just trying to make my time more valuable and worth it and, well spent, I guess, because, you only have so many hours in the day. And if you don't spend them wisely or don't use them wisely, I mean, it's gone forever. Drawing for me has always been therapeutic And I've always drawn not to gain anything in return, but way before YouTube was even around and way before there was even social media, I can remember back to the times when I would just have my drawing book and, just keep drawing and filling books up and, then going on to the next book and the next book. And, the process of creating art and creating something that was never there on a paper and telling some sort of a story through your art, I think is a very cool thing to do. Because I mean, everybody has their own very own story to tell of their life, and I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but this, I guess, this video has been pretty much a ramble on in what I was actually trying to get across, and because I have so many other things going on in the background, but yeah, guess we'll go ahead and wrap the video up, guys, and I'll probably show you guys what the final piece looks like. So here's the final one, and pretty much just continue on with the shading. Added my leaves in because that kind of signifies my family and where the whole YouTube journey and the whole art journey began, which is Goa, India. And I went ahead and added my logo in. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, there's nothing really more. And hopefully I didn't sound way too boring in this video, but hopefully y'all have a good one and or y'all enjoyed watching. And I will see y'all in the next one. Till the next time, guys. Keep creating, keep drawing. See y'all down the road or on the other side. Bye for now.